Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Little Blue Fly. If this is your first time visiting, welcome, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel. It's as simple as tapping that subscribe button, making sure to select all after you have tapped that notification bell. It's been a moment since I have posted anything, and that is because my poison ivy took a turn for the worst. I had to actually call up the doctor, and I was prescribed a pretty strong medication, and it looks like we're on the mend finally over here, and I will be able to get my videos back up at least every Sunday, every week, and I'm going to start adding in Thursdays here and there because the majority of, for now anyways, of our large projects are pretty much completed, just about. So today we're going to go ahead and we're going to work here in the sunroom and do some summer decorating. So I will be sharing different plants that I'm adding in here to the home, as well as 4 different vignettes. So that being said, let's begin, shall we? So many of you that have been following along know that I have been looking for fabric for these back 3 windows. Here to the side, I made these cafe curtains out of some vintage material that I purchased, and I just simply ran out and I'm unable to find any more or anything that would really even complement them. So I decided just to put up blinds. And here they are. They actually, I'm very, very surprised. I really did not want to put blinds up in these windows, but you know, I'm kind of glad I did. This room is now, it feels a little bit more at home, a little bit more secure. And the blinds were purchased from Walmart. They're actually the Better Homes and Gardens. And the 3-tier stand, I switched it to the right side from the left. It just seemed like there was just too much going on back there in the corner. And on the shelf, I placed these are my husband's babies. Down at the bottom is his juniper. He loves coming in here and clipping it and shaping it how he wants it. And then to the left, the large tree, that is a ficus tree. And that one's doing so good now that, you know, it's been a year since we brought it to the house. And this is part of the jade family, another succulent. And up at top to the left, that's a variegated jade. And to the right, Honestly, I don't remember. My husband told me and I don't remember what it is, but it is very, it's very soft, very delicate. And then I will be placing something off to the left, but the ficus tree is doing beautifully. So much new growth. And I placed in a couple of our friends here on the stand. And the stand was a Facebook Marketplace find. Very heavy iron stand with the perfect chippy goodness all over it. And this is my Loveseat from IKEA with their buttercream yellow check cover. Now they have discontinued this cover, unfortunately. I don't know why. I say this every time because it's such a beautiful buttercream yellow. And in back to the left, I decided to add our Florence Featherbottom. She thought that she would come in the sunroom for summer and placed her on top of a stack of books. And I thought to give you a close-up of some of my books, just in case any of you might be interested in looking them up yourselves and bringing in some extra books into your home. I love sitting around and going through pages and just letting my mind wander off and just take different adventures and looking through books. That's exactly what happens. I go down that rabbit hole and start taking many different adventures throughout the pages. Up at top, I added in some of my vintage baskets. And the latter was purchased many years ago from a flea market in California. And then we have a new friend up in the basket. I placed on my absolutely gorgeous chippy goodness all over. This drawer came from Merrifield Garden. And I love working with this piece. It can go on a tabletop or a wall. And I'm going to scoot off a little bit here to the side, and because I switched my lamp around because I like it over here in the corner because it just gets a little bit dark over here. Wanted to add in some extra light. And inside the drawer, I placed in 2 lamps purchased from Merrifield Garden. I like the drum shades. And just tied ribbon around them. And then placing in 2 of my ivy topiaries. I've had these for a couple years. Ivy has to be, it's such a simple plant to grow. You just basically put it in the soil and water it. I added in another friend here that has in the pretty raspberry colors to pull that out from the artwork on the wall. But ivy, again, you just put it in the soil, give it water, and it just grows and grows and grows. And you can purchase a form on Amazon. And behind, I just placed in one of my floral frames. It's a set of 3, and I will be adding in a couple of them today in the drawer. You're just tucking it however I just feel like placing them. You know, there's no There's no certain way. It's just whatever, when I'm sitting in the room, when I'm sitting on the love seat, I can look at this print here to the right. And when I first walk in, I can see the other back behind the ivy. So it's just sort of like tucking in those little treasures here and there. Excuse me. Up at top here, I have a Swedish ivy. And this plant, again, this is a very easy plant to take care of. It doesn't too much like the direct sunlight, and it will not get it right here. It will be the indirect. They have a very large and thick, waxy leaf to them. And again, very simple to just add water, and this is a fast growing plant right here. Beautiful green color. Every home should have this green inside of it. I placed my 3 pillows. They were custom-made pillows many years ago from Bassett Furniture. They used to be placed on this gorgeous Bassett sofa. It was gold, a golden weave, and it's no longer with us. And then here is our 100-year-old gutter that I just placed in some potpourri and little copper dishes with vintage watches. Just the watch faces. Some of them still have the mechanics in the back of them. And this potpourri is, again, oh, if we had smell-o-vision, it is, it's the juiciest apple spice smell ever. And I love that scent all year round. In front of the love seat, I placed down a rug that was purchased many years ago from Bed Bath. Yes, Bed Bath & Beyond. And an ottoman that was actually custom made along with the pillows many years ago from Bassett Furniture. And then I placed on a gold tray that was purchased from Home Goods and some more of my books with my little magnifier. And here to the left, it was a thrifted find at an antique store, an antique 2-tier plant stand. The ferns are still going at it. How long has it been now? 2 years now. And they're doing very well. I'm going to find a plant to go up at top. So here we go. I'm going vertical. We are going up because Bev ran out of space. And this is a 2-tiered French wire stand. I know if you were to Google a French 2-tiered wire stand, it would come up. And in the back is a picture that I purchased from one of my favorite places, and that is look, I'm going blank now because it's been so long since I've made a video, from the Flower Gallery in Manassas. And up at top, I placed in another Swedish ivy, but this one is called Black Swedish Ivy. On the back of the leaves, it's like a dark plum color. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to do here. I'm just going to try it out because this is also another one that likes indirect, and it is going to be kind of getting some direct sunlight here. Down below, I have my blue and white pots that were purchased from Merrifield Garden. I love the fluted rims going around them, and I have in some more Swedish ivy because I just cannot get enough of this plant. Now we're moving over to the yellow armoire, and I have decided that, of course, the three sisters are just going to stay in the cabinet. Actually, everything here is going to. And I decided to keep this as my bunny cabinet. Because I have loved bunnies for years. Yeah, I used to have a little miniature bunny rabbit, and actually its name was Bunny, and it had little glasses, and I would place them on her, and she would just sit there on my lap, and I would read her Peter the Rabbit. And she absolutely loved that story. She would just sit right there with me, and I would read stories to her. She was the sweetest bunny ever. And the two lamps down below, the mice lamps, those are Amazon finds. They're actually in my Amazon storefront. Then up at top, I placed in a little clock. And down below to the right, I'm not going to open it today, the yellow box that's called a quiet box, where I just put all my little special goodies in there when I feel like sitting down and just having time for myself. There's different treasures in there that I can just spend some time with, play with for a little while. And right here in the center, I have something that is going to be perfect. And that is this little table. I did share this piece in a previous haul. I just think what wonderful parties are going to take place here in the bunny cabinet at this table. I still have to paint it. I'm not quite sure exactly. I keep going back and forth what I'm going to do with it. We do have a little friend here, a little vintage goose on the table, but this is going to be a magical place to have many stories at. And this is going to be my bunny cupboard. And up at top, I have another Swedish ivy. And then a basket from Pottery Barn. Now, some of you ask if I painted this cabinet, and I did not. It actually came like this. And here's the lamps on. They're making sure that everyone in here has light. Now moving over here to the left, I have my small little spiral table. This was purchased from Home Goods many years ago. I know these are still out there because I see them. I would just Google maybe a spiral, a round spiral bottom table. But this did come from Home Goods. And I have yet to have a DIY on this pot. This is just a terracotta pot that was painted black, and a lamp was placed inside. I wanted to share the back of this. This is a table runner that I just recently purchased from the Flower Gallery. Unfortunately, he doesn't have an online presence, but I thought to share this information here on the back because maybe you would be able to find one online. And it's just these beautiful, vivid plums and yellows and cream and greens and beautiful tapestry floral print. And what's great about this piece, look at it just up against the raw wood, the natural wood. It's just gorgeous. Love this new piece. But this will move right on through summer, but also into fall. Because in fall, I do, use these colors, the yellows and the plums. So it will be here, it will be able to stay here for some time. And the chairs were purchased at Home Goods. This little basket was, I believe this was purchased from, if it wasn't Merrifield Garden, it was the Flower Gallery. And I just placed in some greenery from Michael's and a green sash in front of the basket. And I'm going to add a little something down here at the bottom, just until I get my new door. It just needs a little bit of color. So I go against all the rules. I really do. I don't care. I love it. And I decided to place in Time After Time. And this print actually came from the Flower Gallery.